Welcome to Soccer Sensitive Extra Time. Rodrigo Salazar, Iglesia Tunda. Again, being joined by the venerable Phil Shen, the Godfather. Can you show us the cigar, Phil? That was really cool.
It went out.
There it is. All right, cool. So we're here to talk about Spain, Chile, another great matchup in the World Cup 2014. The big thing here is Arturo Vidal's injury. To me, he's one of the biggest, the best player in Chile's side. What do you think is going to go on with that?
I think that is very key. It's not that he's the most humble, but he's not exactly the most boastful. However, early on in the season, when Juve was playing so well, and he basically said that no one in the world can play his position better than he does, was not that far off the mark. He's exactly an 8. He's not exactly a 5. He's not exactly a 10. He's kind of a mix of all of those. Seen in the past, even if you drop him back to a libero or a sweeper, he gets the job done brilliantly. So I think he is versatile. He is the glue that ties this together. I think that scoring-wise, the way that Alexis Sanchez has been playing, Edu Vargas seems to have refound his confidence that if they can get the ball through Vidal up front, this Chile side is going to be very difficult. Obviously, the Spanish team very familiar with almost all of these Chileans, but especially Sanchez. So I think that it might take a little something extra from Vidal. It might take Vargas being able to do it on the giant stage. But this is going to be, in my mind, tactically. I'm not going to say it's a giant 4-3 scoreline, but tactically, this might be one of the best, most intriguing games to watch because it is a total clash of styles.
How do you think Chile's going to play? Because I heard that Vidal is definitely not going to be joining them in the first match against Spain. What does that change tactically with the Chilean side?
Well, in regards to Chile, I think they might switch it up just a little bit. I have a feeling that maybe Vargas slides into the middle. Maybe they put Sabojajur up a little bit higher. But Jorge Sampaoli is from the Bielsa school. He's not going to change things. It's going to be 3-3-1-3. I know we talked about this a bit earlier, but in regards to Chile, the one tonight is Claudio Bravo, who in recent years can pull out a fantastic save, but sometimes the switch doesn't seem to be on. And against Spain, that can be lethal, especially a Spain that has a Diego Costa who can basically capitalize on a moment's notice. So I don't think that Chile is going to win the group. I think that Chile has a very good chance to edge the Netherlands, if not, in my mind, be favored to edge the Dutch to make it to the next round. That's the real key match.
Any questions for Phil?
Because I think Spain's going to have a very good chance to win all 3, or at least not lose any of them. So again, I think it's that Chile-Netherlands match that's really going to decide who's going to be number 2.
Okay. Else?
Yeah, I also agree with Phil. I think it'll be a very tough game for the Chileans. A big absence will also be Mati Fernandez. He was ruled out of the World Cup. I thought that with him, along with Bocejur playing that holding midfield role, you could have Arturo Vidal and Mauricio Isla on the flanks, and they could provide some pace, which I know that Spain does struggle with at times, as their possession-based soccer cannot somehow counterbalance for the counterattacks. My question to you, Phil, is outside this matchup. Apart from the favorites, apart from the Argentina, the Brazil, the Germanys, and the Spain, which team do you think will reach farthest? We had Uruguay last time out. Which team do you think will go this far this tournament?
Well, to give you an idea, as soon as the brackets came out after the draw, I sat down and went through. And there's a couple of things. From a U.S. perspective, I knew what they had to do. I didn't think it was impossible. But at that point back in December, I was thinking that Ghana might just be a little bit too strong. I actually had Ghana making it all the way to the semifinals, falling against Italy, because I wasn't exactly sure that Argentina was going to be peaking. They have the ability, but they just didn't seem to be able to consistently get the job done. Brazil on the other side, I think that at the very least they get to face Germany for the right to go to the final. And while a couple of days ago when I read this, now that we have our 23-man rosters, knock on wood, no one gets hurt, before things get underway for all of these teams. But things changed just a little bit over the last 6 months. Still, Brazil and Germany are the two teams on that half of the bracket. However, on the other side, a few things have changed. I think, while there might have been doubt, there will be criticism. There was controversy. I think from a U.S. perspective, we're starting to see the pieces of the puzzle come together. And similar to what Alejandro Sabella did against Slovenia, where just out of the hat pulls out a three-man back line with Mascherano playing sweeper, and it was brilliant. I think the ability to switch from the 4-4-2 to the 4-2-3-1 to a diamond formation now. Is it going to be Bradley? Is it going to be Jones? Is it going to be Beckerman or some mix thereof? I think that Klinsmann has given the U.S. a bit of versatility. The loss of Akaminko as well, who's the best defender on a not-so-good Ghana defense. I think the U.S. might pip them. I don't see him going as far, mainly because, in my mind, there's only one team that has been extremely impressive through these pre-World Cup friendlies. Forget France against Jamaica. I mean, that was phenomenal, but it was really just one game.
Yeah.
I think Ghana's performance against South Korea was good, but something about this Argentina team. And in my mind, Messi has the fire. Messi has the look that was missing almost the entire season in Barcelona. It's like he was waiting for this moment to step on center stage. And it doesn't matter what formation, what personnel. I mean, they were doing this without Higuain, who's been suffering. Agüero's been battling injuries. This Argentina team looks dominant, and they haven't even taken it out of second gear. I have a feeling that this is Lionel Messi's moment, and that's why I've changed things up a little bit. I think Argentina is good enough to beat U.S. Oregon. I think Argentina has just too much firepower, even for a good Italy. And I think Argentina, when you get to the final, all the weight of the world is going to be on Brazil, because all the memories of 1950 are going to come crashing back. They're going to be right there on the edge, on the precipice, ready to throw the gorilla off their back. But then Lionel Messi is going to pop out of nowhere. So I see Argentina, Brazil in the final, and I think Argentina is good enough to win it. I think Brazil might have peaked a little bit early in their Confederations Cup run, and they've been a little non-convincing over these last few games. Regardless, I think to answer your question a little bit more broad, this is one of the most exciting World Cups I can remember. I don't know how the field's going to play out, but Brazil might be the favorite when there's questions, and you could legitimately go down 6 or 7 deep into teams that could win it. And I know we were talking earlier about Holland maybe not having a chance, but Wesley Sneijder adapts to that Regista role a little bit. Arjen Robben stays healthy. Van Persie is able to play almost every game. I mean, they're a team that could get to the final. Belgium, Switzerland, two great young teams. Do they mature quickly enough? But again, I think you're looking at the old Masters, but there's a lot of Masters in the mix. It might be Brazil's tournament to lose, but it's not guaranteed that they'll win.
You're making us two Argentina fans very happy, because we've been having back and forth with a couple of our viewers about Argentina and what we think is going to happen with them. That's a great point. Messi's had a very bad year, like you said. Maybe he's stuck in second and going to go to third and really bring it home, because I think the country wants him, wants to embrace him. They haven't really done so, and if he brings them a cup, that he's going to be a legend, like another Maradona, maybe even better than that. So again, Phil, thank you so much for joining us on Soccer Senseis. Phil, what is your Twitter handle? Let me make sure everybody's following you on Twitter.
Just first name, last name, PHILSCHOEN, and jump on board. More the merrier.
Yes, definitely, and definitely everybody check them out on Being Sports. You guys do a great job, really, everybody.
I mean, I don't know if you had the chance to watch the Express Extra Brazil. We debuted recently, and just to give you an idea, it's the largest set that has ever been constructed for any World Cup. We do have the rights in France, we have the rights in the Middle East, North Africa, and parts of Asia. So there's 1,000 people that are working there. We have 24 reporters that are covering for us. And we're going to have our special wrap-up report every night at 10 o'clock on the English channel, 11 o'clock on the Spanish channel. And we have, Laudrup, we have Luis Garcia, Rodney Marsh joining Ray Hudson, Vieri, Gullet. I mean, it's a cast of thousands.
That's great.
And if you get the chance to watch every single one of them, I know is very excited for this. This is something special.
When is that on? When is that on the air?
You're up toward the Copa America next year, which we'll be having on center stage.
Okay.
This is going to be fun.
When is that show on? You talking about the?
Again on BN Sports.
Yeah, what time?
It's at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And then in BN Sports in Espanol, the Spanish version, which has its cast of characters, that's going to be at 11 o'clock every single night, Sunday through Sunday.
Okay. It's such a beautiful setting. It's overseeing the Copacabana beach.
Yeah, absolutely. They actually had, it was so big, they built it over the highway and over the beach. I mean, if you wanted to, you could probably take a half gainer into the Atlantic, but it's
Nice.
huge and it's beautiful.
All right, Phil. Thanks again.
Anytime.
All right. Thank you.